It's time for Real Talk with Brian and Dan, the weekly talk radio show dedicated to discussing important real estate topics, plus insight into the local community. With a combined experience of over 50 years as local real estate brokers from the East Side Real Estate team at Keller Williams Realty Bellevue. Here's your hosts, Brian Levitt and Dan Edwards.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 KKNW. It is April 8th, 2020, and we are really glad you're joining us, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or broadcasting live on 1150 KKNW. We're glad you're choosing to spend your afternoon with us. We have a great show going on today. I want to point out that if you're interested in not only this broadcast, but past broadcasts, you can find them anywhere podcasts are found. Simply search Real Talk with Brian and Dan, and you can subscribe to our podcast. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is under the East Side Real Estate Team. You'll find also on our website, the eastsiderealestateteam.com/blog, past segments, so you can look up some of our local businesses that we're featuring, as well as any of our real estate tips that we have. We're so glad you're here. Brian, we got a great show today, don't we?
We do.
As always, it's going to be fun. We're going to have some conversation around real estate, of course. We're also welcoming Deb Sogge. She's the Executive Director of the Sammamish Chamber of Commerce, and Danielle Miller and Gimena Mazzetti with Hot Yoga. So we're going to do some hot yoga, Brian. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
All right. But before we get to our segments, let's have some conversation about real estate. So during our Real Talk segment, we want to answer the question, will the current unemployment crush home sales? Brian, right now we're seeing tens of millions of Americans either get furloughed or file for unemployment. And that the announced rate by May 8th is expected to hit double digits. And because of the health crisis, it's brought the economy, a raging economy, to a halt. Quoting James Bullard, president of the Federal Reserve in St. Louis, he explained that the government is trying to find ways to assist those who have lost their jobs and companies that are forced to close. So what we talked about in the early part during our kind of prep session, Ryan and I, we talked about those local services. Right now, all of those servicers aren't working right now, Brian.
Right. I think that's the thing, is it's mainly impacted the service economy. And that's not the only sector that's buying homes. The demand for housing is still so high that, I'm certain we'll see a slowdown of the real estate market. But once we return to a more normal time, we're going to see it pick right back up. I mean, the demand is there. So I think even a bigger impact right now is some of the financial market uncertainty that we're seeing some of the lenders pull back. When we do our mortgage moment, we can talk to Michael about that.
Yeah.
But we're seeing some lenders not accepting loan applications, even though rates are so very low, and just a more conservative approach. One of the things that I find in the mortgage market is it tends to get better slowly, and when they pull back, that's fast. That's where it falls off the cliff. But it'll recover as soon as we see financial markets stabilize somewhat. What's your take on that?
One of the things I like to do is look at the past in order to determine how the past will influence the future.
Right.
So I pulled this study up, some research that to kind of get a clearer picture of how unemployment rates have affected the housing market. So let's take a look at between 1992 and 1993, the unemployment rate was rising, and yet home sales still increased. In 2001 through 2003, unemployment rate was still rising, housing prices increased. 2007 through 2010, right, the Great Recession, unemployment is definitely rising. Home sales did decrease at that point, right? That there's definitely a outlier there, is that we had a recent, and I think a lot of Americans mostly realize that environment, right? So, but then we go back to 2015 and 2019, and which is kind of where we're at, unemployment going down, falling, and the home sales for not everywhere. In our area, it's been pretty strong, but last year that's a microcosm that I can come up with, is from about August through November, mid-December, we had record low unemployment rates, yet home prices and home sales still increased. So there's not necessarily a one-to-one correlation, but there's 4 examples, Brian.
Right. So then the big question, isn't this time different? Yes. There's no doubt the country hasn't seen job losses this quickly in almost 100 years. So how bad could it get? Goldman Sachs projects the unemployment rate to be 15% in the third quarter of 2020, flattening to single digits by the fourth quarter of this year, and then just over 6% by the fourth quarter of 2021. Not ideal for the housing industry, but manageable. How does this compare to the other financial crisis? Some believe this is going to be reminiscent of the Great Depression. From the standpoint of unemployment rates alone, the only thing this article addresses, it does not compare. Here are the unemployment rates during the Great Depression, the Great Recession, and the projected rates moving forward. Great Depression, 1931, 15.9% unemployment, 32, 23.6, 33, 24.9, which was the highest point. In the Great Recession, the highest point we got was 2009 at 9.9. So if we hit 15% in 2020, that's pretty significant. But I also think this will be a short-lived unemployment period.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, hey, by the way, folks, I'm on my new chair that I got from Seattle Modern Office. It's much more comfortable. It's awesome. But we were talking, he supplies office furniture for offices.
Yeah.
And there's been a tectonic shift right now in how businesses are evaluating efficiency. And we may never go back to large office spaces full of people, because people are proving that they can be held accountable and productive even while they're not directly in line of sight of their manager or their team.
Right.
And I think people have gotten creative with creating camaraderie over Zoom. I know that there's been, families playing games across, the country, friends gathering for a happy hour event with a designated bartender. I think there are a lot of things that are changing in our work environment to where the impact of the employment rate may not actually change, but some other things will never change. For example, you can do hot yoga from your living room, but there's also that being able to be close with friends, and we'll have guests on later to kind of share how they're bridging that gap in this time. So bottom line is the facts are the facts. The situation is the situation. Brian and I are both helping buyers. We're helping sellers in this environment. And the only thing we can do is provide timely advice for individuals that are looking to live in a home. And so if you're unhappy with the home you're quarantined in, reach out to Brian and I. We're happy to help guide you through this process in the post-PC is what I'm calling post-COVID environment. We can help.
Post-pandemic.
Yeah.
PP in mind. So yeah.
You got anything else to add, Brian?
Yeah, just that there's so much to be said for just addressing things positively, looking for creative solutions. Dan and I are active selling homes. We're hiring when most of our competitors are laying people off. One of our big competitors just laid off nearly half of their real estate broker sales force. And that sends a message to me that they don't have confidence in the market. We do. We're listing and selling. So if you need to buy or sell, call us, because we're making it happen in this market.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian. That concludes our Real Talk for today. If you're interested, like I said, in this or any other topics, you can go to our website, the eastsiderealestateteam.com/blog, and you'll find all of our local businesses, allied resources, and other real estate related tips. All right. Coming up next, we're going to be speaking with our lender for our Mortgage Moment segment. After this commercial break, we're going to hear from Michael Burdick with Loan Depot. More Real Talk right after this break.
Did you know when you pay rent, you're actually paying someone else's mortgage? Are you tired of missing out on owning your own home? Fact: homeowners on average have 40 times the financial net worth of renters. The Eastside Real Estate Team has been helping many first-time home buyers find and buy their first home. They specialize in customer service and put you first. They listen first to what you're looking for, and then they take the time to make sure their clients understand every aspect of the home buying process. If owning a home has been your dream, the Eastside Real Estate team can help you. For a free, no-hassle consultation, call 425-200-4093 or find them online at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Is the time it takes to run your business preventing you from having the time to market and promote it? Can you afford to hire someone to do the duties you don't have time for? You need associates and partners to share with, but who can you trust? Where can I find the experts and tools I need to succeed? The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce is a group of business associates who gain hope, resources, and tools from each other. This chamber focuses on marketing and promoting your business all year. You don't need to hire another company or expert to handle this. We will set up a plan for you. You will meet connections and partners to help grow your business. Using partners from the chamber will save you time spent looking for a qualified partner. The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce has a reputation of being friendly and welcoming. It is our priority to promote and market all of our members. We are all in it together. As business associates, we find ideas and tools to help each other. There are a variety of business members who have the wisdom and knowledge you need. Join the chamber to add partners and associates to your business. Email Deb at sammamishchamber.org or call 425-681-1491 now and save. More information at www.sammamishchamber.org. Your membership will give you the support you need through these trying times and beyond.
Alternative Talk, 1150 on AM, 98.9 HD3 on HD, 1150kknw.com on the web.
Welcome back. You are watching or listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 KKNW.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan. It's now time for our Mortgage Moment segment. And of course, during this segment, we like to have a conversation with one of our local mortgage brokers. And today we're going to talk about some tips that can help those individuals that are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So joining us today is our loan expert, Michael Burdick with Loan Depot. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me back.
All right.
Question. I don't know if you're getting inquiries about this, but what if somebody's laid off and unable to make their mortgage payment? What options do they have?
So this is obviously something we don't ever want to talk about, but
right.
It's a very timely thing just because there's a lot of craziness going on in every industry right now. So you have seen the unemployment numbers spike way up. So that's one thing that you need to do immediately. Get on that list, contact the unemployment office, try to get on unemployment so you don't get behind on your mortgage payments. If you found that you can't get through that quickly, there are some things that are coming out by the government called the CARE Act, but there are some controversy with this program. And basically you're allowed to go into forbearance for up to 1 year. But there's some misunderstanding with this program. A lot of people think that they're just going to be forgiven, but you do in fact have to make your mortgage payments eventually. So you're just kind of putting them off. So it could potentially cause some problems in the industry with that they're doing. So
and Michael, if I can interject just to
sure.
Let the listeners know. So if you file for a forbearance, it's not a deferment. It is just, I'll make all these payments in the future. And so if you're choosing something like that, if you find yourself in a situation, I think it's always important to communicate to your servicer who you pay your mortgage to.
Absolutely.
But understand that when the hardship is over, that total amount is due.
Correct. And
does not change the terms of the loan.
Does not change. And that full amount could be due like in a balloon payment, like due when that forbearance period's over. And that's the verbiage that we're giving out. And obviously things are changing every day while we're, going through all of this. But so at that point, if you can't make that payment, you're going to be looking at modifying your loan, and that can be difficult, or refinancing out of it with a cash out to pay off the balance, but you're going to need employment to do that. So,
and loan modifications will affect your credit.
They will. Absolutely. It'll affect your credit score and then your ability to buy something in the near future. So
Okay. Now, another question. If a buyer is furloughed from work, can they qualify for a loan?
The answer is yes and no. When all of this first started coming to fruition, a month ago, the answer was yes. All that we need is a letter from the employer stating that they have a high likelihood of returning to work. The agencies have since tightened down on that and said that we do need the person back to work before closing the loan.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's all the time we have for the Real Talk segment, not the Real Talk segment, excuse me, for the mortgage moment. Michael, thanks for reaching out to us. How do our listeners get a hold of you?
Call me at 206-661-2289. Michael Burdick, Loan Depot out of Bellevue.
Awesome. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks, Michael.
Next up, after the break, we will be talking with Deb Sogge with the Sammamish Chamber of Commerce, who will be sharing with us what businesses can do to survive during these times. Stay tuned.
Not sure if now is the right time to sell? Worried you missed the market? The Eastside Real Estate Team specializes in helping homeowners maximize their equity when selling. With our proven premier listing service, our clients have sold their homes for more money in less time than the competition. We know you have many choices when working with a real estate agent, but with the Eastside Real Estate Team, you get a team of highly qualified, experienced agents. From staging to deciding if your property is market ready for top dollar. If you're considering selling, call the Eastside Real Estate Team at 425-200-4093. Or check out our website at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Is the time it takes to run your business preventing you from having the time to market and promote it? Can you afford to hire someone to do the duties you don't have time for? You need associates and partners to share with, but who can you trust? Where can I find the experts and tools I need to succeed? The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce is a group of business associates who gain hope, resources, and tools from each other. This chamber focuses on marketing and promoting your business all year. You don't need to hire another company or expert to handle this. We will set up a plan for you. You will meet connections and partners to help grow your business. Using partners from the chamber will save you time spent looking for a qualified partner. The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce has a reputation of being friendly and welcoming. It is our priority to promote and market all of our members. We are all in it together. As business associates, we find ideas and tools to help each other. There are a variety of business members who have the wisdom and knowledge you need. Join the chamber to add partners and associates to your business. Email Deb at sammamishchamber.org or call 425-681-1491 now and save. More information at www.sammamishchamber.org. Your membership will give you the support you need through these trying times and beyond.
Alternative Talk 1150, the talk of the sound.
Welcome back. You are listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 KKNW.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan. And our first guest today is Deb Sogge with the Sammamish Chamber of Commerce. Now, having worked with corporations and small businesses, both internationally and locally, Deb has come to understand the differences and challenges these entities deal with. Marketing and promotion is Deb's passion, and she is inspired by watching businesses grow. Deb's passion led her to the Sammamish Chamber of Commerce, and she has become the first ED in 2008. And she was her first their ED, which, what is that, Deb?
Executive Director.
Thank you. Okay. Became their executive director in 2008 and then the CEO in 2018. Deb is privileged to meet and work with a variety of business owners and reps as they work together to grow their and bring prosperity to Sammamish and the area beyond. Welcome to our show, Deb.
Thank you so much, and I applaud you for having it.
Well, you know, it's something that Brian and I started about a year ago. I think we're on our year anniversary, and it's about highlighting real estate, but also, and really most importantly at this time, local businesses. And I know that you're a champion of that. So before we get into the business part, though, we always ask our guests to go down memory lane and give us a memory of the home you grew up in.
Oh, okay. Well, I grew up in Edmonds, Washington, and it was a very small town with not much going on, just running to the beach when we could. And then I lived all over and came back here after living overseas too. And what a difference it was when I came back in 2000, no, sorry, 1987. But
The place had
very,
changed quite a
very
bit.
different now.
Oh, yeah.
As you know about Edmonds, it has changed dramatically.
Yep. Deb, what do you see the job of the Chamber of Commerce now during the pandemic?
So the chamber is fulfilling a job of being an associate, being a friend to the business, being there when they're upset, facing challenges, not knowing what to do. They can call, they can email, and we're still promoting them. So a lot of things, as you know, came out with restaurants and different businesses having to close. So that's where we're coming in to help quite a bit.
What are some of the difficulties that businesses are experiencing from your point of view?
Well, because there's a stay-at-home order, a lot of them have had to close their doors. And right away, I was receiving calls the first day from restaurants. What do we do? And so they took up takeout. They added themselves to DoorDash deliveries and Uber Eats and all these things. And then they had to be promoted so people would know they can still go and get food. So we organized different plans, marketing plans for different restaurants to promote them. We've got them on Facebook now with the chamber highlighting each of them. We've got them on our website too. And
Okay, so
yeah,
to come back to that, Deb.
yeah,
So if somebody were to go to the sammamishchamber.org, they're going to be able to see all the restaurants that are members of the Chamber of Commerce and kind of what they're up to. Is that right?
yes, and we've also included non-members as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's great.
we're trying
So do
to
you have-
help everyone in the community.
That's great. Any plans for doing more going as we go forward here?
Yes, we've worked with some of the independent contractors like photographers. We have a photographer that is going to document by photos this time in history, and
Oh,
she'll
wow.
be starting out this week photographing people that are waving from their home office and saying, "Hey, we're still here, we're open." But
That's great.
she's doing that from the street, so she's physically distancing.
Social distancing,
Yep.
but also promoting. I heard somebody make a suggestion to have a photographer go around and take Easter photos of everybody.
Yes, that's another thing.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, she's recommended that, but there aren't too many people taking her up on it yet. And she can, photographers can do this from a little distance from you. They don't have to be right on top of you.
It's definitely one of those historic times, right? Where you could
Yes.
actually cement something yeah, we could all take selfies and stuff like that, but
Not the
I
same.
know
Yeah.
our neighborhood is planning a progressive Easter brunch.
Great.
I don't know how we're doing it.
You're doing
But
it like a
they-
barbecue outside.
No, everybody bakes a dish and then sets it out for people, and I don't know. It's cool.
Why not? People are being
Yeah.
creative right now.
You got to be creative. Yep.
Yeah, that's important.
Brian, I think you got a question.
Yeah. What kind of things should businesses focus on during the stay-at-home restrictions?
Yeah, there's still a lot businesses can do during this time, and they feel very frustrated that they can't just do their ordinary job. But what they can do is they can update their software, they can organize their files and their databases, and they can still phone and contact people by email as well, and do Zoom and meetings online. So there's a lot that can still go on. In fact, my painter is asking people to schedule and get bids for their painting of their houses now, and they get a discount if they do that early. So he can be assured that he has jobs in the future, and they can be assured it's all planned out for them.
Yeah, I would say painters, definitely landscapers are still functioning.
Right.
Those are still some of the businesses. So once the stay-at-home order has been lifted, what can business owners do right now to ensure that they get back on track quickly?
Well, I think they can use their creativity they used during this time to catch up on everything they weren't caught up on. And they can be in better shape to open their business the day after the day it opens for everybody. But there's a lot to do with partnering they can do ahead of time, because we recommend, for example, painters work with maid services, all kinds of services, and restaurants partner with other services that need them. And if you set up these partnerships ahead, when you actually open again, you will have more referrals than before. So partnering with other services that complement you is a good thing. And start that now so you're ready to go. And
one of the things, pardon me.
Go ahead.
One of the things that I've done with some of my key service providers is I've prepaid for services, realizing once they get cranked up again, it's more important for me that they stick around than to worry about the money right now. And so prepaying them for services puts a little cash in their pockets, but also it helps continue to build our relationship.
And
so
I thank you. I thank you very much for that, because there are people doing that with salon services. Everybody's needing a haircut right now, and it's frustrating you. But, buy a gift card, pay ahead, and that's a gift coming to you as soon as the home order is lifted. So.
Well, I know for me, I've been trying to reach out to a couple of places that have hair services, not for a gift card, but just for a donation, because I know a lot of the providers in that industry, a portion of what they make is off of the tips, right? So some of that money is gone. So I would love a connection to somebody, so we can promote out there in the community. Hey, just donate last month's haircut. We all know your hair looks terrible, so just donate. Because I'm going to skip a haircut, right? Basically, when this is all said and done, so we might as well help them out. So if you have connections, Deb, I would love for you to connect us with.
We've got some, and you bring to mind another thing, and that's nonprofits. So we want to remember that nonprofits are not necessarily getting the donations, having their fundraisers right now either. So this is a good time to think about those nonprofits that you love, that do a lot for our community, and try to support them. We've got them in our directory at sammamishchamber.org too, if you need to know about some.
Great. Now, are there resources for business finding funds in this time?
Yes.
What do you got?
So we've got them posted on our homepage at sammamishchamber.org, but we are also notifying people through our newsletter, so you can sign up for our newsletter online, and at our Facebook. And a couple of them that are coming to mind are paycheck support. You can get that, and the ACT, the SBA is, and you mentioned an ACT too that will help, the SBA and the Stimulus Act and all those things. SBA is giving, CARE Act, that's it. I couldn't remember all of a sudden. But there's a lot out there for business people to apply for, and even people that normally wouldn't qualify for unemployment do now, such as independent contractors.
Yes.
So, Deb, I got a tough question for you. I need you to take out your crystal ball. So how do we plan our future when we don't know when we can be back to business as usual?
Well, first of all, you assume you are going to be, and you think positively. This isn't going to last forever. It seems like it right now. So what you need to do is what I suggested, and what you suggested is keep marketing your business. When you're in a downtime like in 2008 and 2009 was, this is the best time to market, because you don't want people to forget about you. So be sure to market yourself. There are affordable ways to do that. For example, the Chamber does it for free when you're a member. But you keep marketing, and when that business, when it opens up and is lifted again, you get right back to it. But you've found creative ways to do business because of the time you've spent, the months you've spent at home.
Yep. Tough times don't last. Tough people
They don't last.
Right.
Nope.
So, Deb, one more thing is the Chamber gets together. They have events, all of those. Are you guys still getting together? Are you doing Zoom Chamber events?
We are doing Zoom events. We're planning a big one where we'll answer some funding requests that businesses have. And we're also planning a town hall meeting. We're not quite sure yet how that's going to happen, but it's going to be with one of our council people.
Nice.
Pam Stewart's going to help us with that.
Nice.
And so, yeah, we haven't been able to meet like we do at luncheons, but we've been having daily meetings. There isn't one day that doesn't go by without a meeting.
Oh, great. And I'm guessing people can find that information on sammamishchamber.org.
Yes, and the newsletter. And I highly suggest signing up for the mailing list with the newsletter. You'll get emails that are information that you normally wouldn't get. And watch our Facebook.
Awesome. The Chamber really does a great job connecting businesses. What type of partners should we be looking for?
Okay, so realtors, absolutely, as you know, look for partners such as mortgage companies, banks, accountants, and even people that do home services, because they talk to the people that live there and they're looking for help. So when they're selling their house, whatever, storage places are great for realtors. Anything that you would think would need your services or your people to sign up for their services. So I would highly suggest that you think about it, such as there's that wonderful hot yoga place in Sammamish, and they're going to do some things online to help you exercise and do yoga, but also they've got partners that are available for them, such as people just coming through their grocery store talking to one another at 6 feet away, or talking on the meetings that they have daily and how they're missing the contacts and the physical athletics that they need to do, exercise.
Awesome, Deb. Deb is a great connector. I want to encourage all of our watchers and listeners, go to the Sammamish Chamber, get connected, reach out to Deb. I'm sure you will find a benefit for doing so. Thank you for coming on the show
Thank
today,
you
Deb.
very much.
Thank you, Deb.
So after the break, we're going to be welcoming Danielle Miller and Gimena Mazzetti with the Hot Yoga Experience, who will be sharing with us how to stay fit, maintain a healthy sanity, be healthy and maintain sanity, which could all go together, and stay connected with your community. Come on back after this short break for some more Real Talk.
Did you know when you pay rent, you're actually paying someone else's mortgage? Are you tired of missing out on owning your own home? Fact: homeowners on average have 40 times the financial net worth of renters. The Eastside Real Estate Team has been helping many first-time homebuyers find and buy their first home. They specialize in customer service and put you first. They listen first to what you're looking for, and then they take the time to make sure their clients understand every aspect of the home buying process. If owning a home has been your dream, the Eastside Real Estate Team can help you. For a free, no-hassle consultation, call 425-200-4093 or find them online at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue. Are you wondering why that injury isn't healing, even after doing everything you were told would help? Are you having trouble moving on after the relationship is over? Are you constantly exhausted and feeling drained, even after taking time out to rest and recover? Your problem may have an energetic component that doesn't respond to the usual methods of healing. Healing Tree provides therapy that is able to directly address the energetic core of your pain and dysfunction. These gentle methods can help you heal at the physical, emotional, and mental levels. Contact Kathy Lewis of Healing Tree at 425-786-7482 or online at healingtreepnw.com. That's healingtreepnw.com. Isn't it time for you to start feeling better?
Does doing video for your business seem overwhelming? At Flying Gecko Productions, we make it easy to produce your videos. Whether it be video blogs or a video testimonial, we broadcast your best self. Flying Gecko has been putting together compelling videos for over 12 years. Videos that convert prospects to clients. To learn more, contact Greg at Flying Gecko at 206-412-4363 or visit our website at www.flyinggecko.com.
Alternative Talk 1150.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 AM KKNW. I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan.
Our next guests are Danielle Miller and Gimena Mazzetti with Hot Yoga Experience. Danielle is a business owner, mom, coach, and athlete, and is inspired to create change. After years of beating up her body through competitive sports, Danielle needed a change. She was searching for something to help heal her injuries without becoming bored. Danielle found it in hot yoga. She could challenge herself in every class and saw improvements in her first week. Danielle loves learning how to internally focus, which correlated in her daily work. As a mom of a toddler, Danielle needed her hot yoga time to re-energize, get herself in the right frame of mind to start and end her day. Danielle decided to become an instructor to share with others all the good things hot yoga brought to her life. Danielle would recommend hot yoga for everyone, regardless of age, gender, ability, or background. Everyone has daily challenges, and hot yoga can be the thing to help you overcome them. Hot Yoga Experience has been in business since 2011, has 3 locations on the east side, Issaquah, Sammamish, and Redmond. Danielle lives in Falls City with her daughter and dogs. She played rugby on the USA Women's National Team. Danielle loves hot yoga, hiking, learning, reading, and traveling. She loves to help a cause and is inspired by passionate people. Her favorite quote is, "Abundance is represented by an uninterrupted circle of giving and receiving." Gimena Mazzetti, manager instructor at Hot Yoga Experience, is a certified yoga instructor who teaches from a place of playfulness and sparkle while challenging her students to find their physical edge. She is an Argentinian native and has lived in the greater Seattle area since 2003. She is married to Bill, and they are both proud parents of 2 beautiful girls and a dog. She is passionate about healthy living and nutrition and discovered yoga after having her second baby. She truly believes in the physical and spiritual benefits of a consistent yoga practice. In 2014, she had a skiing accident and needed reconstructive knee surgery. A daily and consistent yoga practice in the hot room at HYE has a critical factor in her complete rehabilitation. From the first day, she fell in love with the Hot Yoga Experience, caring and welcoming teachers and staff. She decided to become an instructor to share her passion for yoga with the world. Welcome to the show, Danielle and Gimena.
Hi, thank you. Welcome.
So
Hello, so happy to be here.
Glad to have you here. So we like to ask our guests to share a fond memory of the home they grew up in. Gimena, what do you got? Oops,
you asked me a question again.
Tell us about the home you grew up in.
Oh, the home. Yeah. So when I grew up in Buenos Aires, I actually lived there until I was 26 years old. Small town where I was a child. When I got older, we moved into the capital of the city. So, pretty busy place. Like big city. Very different from where I live right now. I'm here in the woods, the deer and bears. So that's where I grew up. It was, quite hectic of a place, but people in Argentina are very lively, very energetic, very passionate, good music, good food. So yeah, if that wraps it up.
That's great. Danielle, how about you?
Well, whenever I kind of think of home, I think of, the whole kitchen living room area. We always had family meals every night. Whenever people would come over, we would just kind of congregate in that, kitchen living room area. So for me, whenever I think of home, I think of those moments and those experiences and sharing with family and friends in that, environment together. So to me, that's what home is like.
Awesome.
That's great.
So Danielle, I hearing your introduction, we have a common love for rugby. So it sounds like you played rugby, and I don't play rugby. I wish I had played rugby. And maybe I still could, but we'll talk about that later. But my son plays, and he was really super disappointed this year to miss the entire season because of the crisis. What a bummer.
I know it's been hard, but I mean, it's everywhere. It's, you know, this pandemic has affected everything, every part of our life.
Yeah. So let's talk about the hot yoga experience. What is it, and what do you do? What's it look like?
Well, we are like a boutique small hot yoga studio. We have, like I said, the 3 locations on the east side in Issaquah, Sammamish, and Redmond. We offer hot yoga classes and therapeutic far infrared sauna therapy sessions. Now, that is what we offer, but what we really do is we connect with people. We provide a nice, safe environment for them to heal and feel better than how they were when they came into the studio. So it's not just like about the physical, it's about just the overall well-being. And that's what we try to do. We try to pick everyone up and make them feel better and go on with their day.
So what this, for the uninitiated, including me, what is hot yoga versus regular yoga? I don't know.
Right.
Now, what's hot yoga? What's the difference?
Well, essentially what it just is we just do yoga in a heated room. So the temperature is about, 105, 110, somewhere around in those temperatures. So you're going to sweat, you're going to detox, you're going to be doing these yoga poses, but the heat allows your body to already be warm, so you can get deeper into the poses, which allows you to have, deeper stretches. Detoxing, the sweating is just absolutely amazing, so that your body can really cleanse itself from the inside.
So why did you decide to create the hot yoga experience? Is that unique to the Northwest, unique to you, or is it more of a trend and then you created this environment here?
Yeah, it's probably more of the latter. Like you mentioned, I played rugby, so I kind of beat myself up a bit in my youth, and I just got to the point where my body just hurt, like waking up in the morning and just trying to move, like my body just was in a lot of pain. And I had done hot yoga before, and when I lived in Federal Way, and I really enjoyed how it made me feel. It made my body feel so much better. And when I moved out here to the Issaquah area, I just couldn't find a place I liked. I tried a couple places. It was a little too hot. Other places were too cold. And so, for me, it wasn't just about like the physical exercise. It was about the therapeutic heat, because it was the therapy is what made my body feel better. And so, we decided to come up with this place that, has the far infrared heat, which is that therapeutic heat. So it's not just a warm room, but it's doing a benefit for your body. And, consistently warm, happy environment. If it made me feel better, then I figured maybe it would help other people too.
Okay. So I'm one of the least bendy, flexible people you'd ever meet. Could hot yoga experience work for me?
Absolutely. I always tell people that if you can breathe, you can do yoga. Lots of people think that doing yoga has to do with being flexible, or if I cannot touch my toes, I should not be in the yoga room. And I always tell them that it's the other way around. So if you're flexible, increase the range of motion so that you can be healthier, come into yoga, because you'll become more flexible, you'll become stronger. There's a type of yoga for everyone. There's styles that are more vigorous, styles that are more grounded. And at Hot Yoga Experience, we offered a variety of styles. So there's something for everybody. So definitely you should come and practice with us.
So what is the yoga community like? Do you guys call it HYE, H-Y-E? Do you abbreviate HYE, or just, how should I say it?
No, we call ourselves HYE.
Okay, so I like HYE. We can just say HYE.
Hi. Yeah, very sweet name. I don't know.
Tell us a bit about the makeup of your members.
The community is just amazing. I always tell people that most people come to HYE for the yoga, but they stay for the community. That's what people do. We have a variety of people. There's, you have parents that practice with us. You have people that work on the day in technology companies, in finance, engineers, you name it, that, come and take our classes early in the mornings or later in the day. There's older people, there's middle-aged people, there's younger people. I have some students that are high schoolers that come and take my classes. You name it. It's a very diverse community. There's people that are in great shape, some people that are coming to be in shape. So it's just fantastic. It's an amazing community of people. and they're all friends. And that's what really makes us unique is people make friendships. So they don't come just to take yoga, they come to see their friends. It's fun to come and hang out with your yogi friends at HYU.
So how is the COVID-19 affecting your business, and what steps have you taken to mitigate the impact on your operations?
Well, obviously we've had the government closures, and that's, we've closed down the physical locations at the moment. Even before that, we had, a lot of fear and uncertainty in our environment, and that just, made people want to not participate in more community events. So what we've done some of this, normal things like applying for the government grants, SBA loans. But one of the main things we've done is we've really had to pivot ourselves to bring an online and virtual environment to our practitioners who need it at this time when they're at home, with their kids and their spouses, and they're finding, their lack of routine is just really challenging for your own personal health. So we've tried to adjust and provide a service to our community to help them through this time.
So how have you changed your product offerings?
Well, we've gone into more of the virtual classes. We have classes where we can still connect with people. So we're hitting it on the Zoom conferences, and we're having classes hosted at specific times just to help keep people on a routine. We also have online video libraries, so people can participate in yoga whenever it's best for them and their environment, since now we have all these different circumstances to work with. So we're trying to provide both a virtual class to connect and engage with people, but also yoga that they could just do on their own, and they could still engage and see their favorite instructors teaching the classes that they really enjoy and love.
So then do I go out and get a heater and I put it right on me? And is that what I do?
Oh, some people are doing that. You
Yeah.
be nice to see what they're doing. Yeah. They created their own yoga rooms and, with heaters and totally they're doing that next to the fireplace.
That's funny. So, so explain to me the difference between the live versus the on-demand stuff. How's that working?
Well, the live classes, those virtual yoga classes, those are done on a set schedule. So, every evening at 5:30 at night, it's a way to kind of end your business day, even though if you're working at home or if you're teaching school, it's a way to end your day and start the family activities. We also have classes in the morning at either 9:30 or 7:30 in the morning. And of course, some weekend classes as well. These are great because, again, you're able to see your instructor can see you, you're having conversations beforehand, and then able to participate in class. The instructor can watch you, make sure that your poses are looking okay, and you're in a safe and healthy position. But it's just a way to stay connected with each other, even though we're in this, staying home environment.
I was hoping it was one way, because I know for me, if I start trying these poses, I'm going to look like a fool. So,
Yeah.
but it is something I think that would be really useful.
Yeah.
It's great to see people, their kids are joining in. We see the dogs coming.
The dogs, yes.
Yeah. I'm waiting for my dog to start barking in the background. So how do I sign up? Danielle?
Yes.
How do I sign up?
Oh, wonderful. Well, you can just go to our website. It's hotyogaexperience.com. And on that first homepage, you'll see there's options for just doing the online classes. If you're wanting to just take a class on your own, what works best in your time schedule, or you can also sign up for the virtual classes. There's links on our homepage. You can go to them both. And for the Real Talk listeners, we do have a special promotion for you.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
I know, right? Look at this. So 25% off coupon code when you go to purchase for your either online classes or the virtual class. If you just put in Real Talk, all lowercase, no spaces, you'll get a 25% discount on your yoga classes.
Tell us the website one more time.
hotyogaexperience.com.
That's easy. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, Danielle, Gimena. Really appreciate you taking the time with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you reaching out to us and including us in your community.
Remember that all segments of our show are available to watch on our YouTube channel.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having us over.
All right, thank you. If you're interested in learning more about any of our guests, please subscribe. Join us after the break for some final thoughts and something fun to do. We'll be right back.
Not sure if now is the right time to sell? Worried you missed the market? The Eastside Real Estate Team specializes in helping homeowners maximize their equity when selling. With our proven premier listing service, our clients have sold their homes for more money in less time than the competition. We know you have many choices when working with a real estate agent, but with the Eastside Real Estate Team, you get a team of highly qualified, experienced agents. From staging to deciding if your property is market ready for top dollar. If you're considering selling, call the Eastside Real Estate Team at 425-200-4093. Or check out our website at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.
Is the time it takes to run your business preventing you from having the time to market and promote it? Can you afford to hire someone to do the duties you don't have time for? You need associates and partners to share with, but who can you trust? Where can I find the experts and tools I need to succeed? The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce is a group of business associates who gain hope, resources, and tools from each other. This chamber focuses on marketing and promoting your business all year. You don't need to hire another company or expert to handle this. We will set up a plan for you. You will meet connections and partners to help grow your business. Using partners from the chamber will save you time spent looking for a qualified partner. The Sammamish Chamber of Commerce has a reputation of being friendly and welcoming. It is our priority to promote and market all of our members. We are all in it together. As business associates, we find ideas and tools to help each other. There are a variety of business members who have the wisdom and knowledge you need. Join the chamber to add partners and associates to your business. Email Deb at sammamishchamber.org or call 425-681-1491 now and save. More information at www.sammamishchamber.org. Your membership will give you the support you need through these trying times and beyond.
Tell your friends about Alternative Talk 1150.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk on 1150 KKNW. I'm Dan.
Brian.
All right, let's get into our final thoughts of the day, Brian. What do you got for us?
You know, mentioned earlier that the market's still moving. I think that I was talking to one of my friends about the new abnormal. I think that it's time for us to get used to the new abnormal. I think for us to really beat this thing, we're really going to be staying in place for a while. But if you don't like the place you're in, there's still a great market out there. Dan, I think you just updated me on the stats, 232 new listings in the last week and 185 pendings. That's
the other way around.
Other way around. 232 pending?
Yeah.
And 185 new listings. There we go.
Correct.
That's a great market. There's homes out there. And for buyers, there's less competition. It's a little slower, which in the sense that it's a little more time consuming to do the business the way we're doing it now. But we're seeing some really nice transactions, some nice listings come up. I saw a beautiful home come on the market this morning, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath on an acre. I think we're about 3,200 square feet and under 750. Just a beautiful home. So there's good stuff out there. Dan, what do you got fun to do this week?
What do I got fun to do? Well, you know, like I said during the show, a couple of creative things. Our neighborhood decided to do a progressive brunch. And so everybody's deciding to bake one dish. And then we're actually doing like an Easter egg hunt in the front yard. So essentially, I go over to my neighbor's house, I pick up my dish, and then I do my hunt for my gift. And then the next person comes and we kind of do that little rotating. And then after all the Easter egg hunt is done, everybody's got a full brunch that we can celebrate together. So that's fun. That's creative. Another thing that we have, let's see, we've got, you know, remember snail mail? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah, I heard of that. So how about writing 10, 20 just personal letters, not notes, but like a letter? Like take some time and put some thought. It's a lost art. You think about, if you look back over history and you look at all the kind of things that have transpired, how much of that correspondence is saved on pen and paper, and right now we have very less of that, right? Compared.
Right.
So write somebody a note, tell them what's going on in your family. Yeah, that's what I got for now, Brian.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, just want to thank everybody for listening, especially thank our guests. That concludes our show for this week. Danielle and Gimena, I really appreciate talking to us about yoga today, and Deb Sogge, appreciate all you're doing to support local business. My quote for the week is Susie Orman: owning a home is a keystone of wealth, both financial affluence and emotional security. That's all for now. We'll hope to have you with us next week.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and help out those small businesses if you can.
That's right.